What up? Wall Street back again. And I am here to spread the word that Jayson Tatum is out for revenge this year. Jayson Tatum is looking for revenge like Drake in 2016. This is no joke. He is going to be slaughtering on the court this year. And that was also evident last night in the season opener that followed the ring ceremony in Boston at TD Arena or TD Garden, however you want to refer to it. And the Celtics quite literally annihilated the New York Knicks, who have a reshaped roster after dealing away Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for Karl Anthony Towns. And I thought they were going to come out and give more of a punch, but this game really felt like it was over in the first quarter. You know, the first quarter ended with Boston up 43-24. It's insane. It's insanity. And you really don't see all the time, especially with younger teams, which I would still consider the Celtics a younger team. Like, they obviously have a veteran presence with Al Horford. I mean, Porzingis has been in the league for, a decent while, since 2015. But it's rare that you see a team led by younger superstars like Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum come out and just hit the ground running. Like, they tied the NBA record for most threes made in a game before. And I don't know who's calling me right now. It's crazy. They see me recording. I don't know why they're calling me. Back to what I was saying, though. It really is impressive how quickly the Celtics kind of just came out and really stood their ground and stood on business, because you don't see that a lot. Teams typically have that championship fatigue, where they win the championship, they kind of don't work as hard in the summer, and they come back and it shows because they don't wind up really getting to where they need to be. They show up kind of just doing what they need to do to get to the playoffs, get a good home court advantage for at least the first round or so. And then they typically get knocked out in the second round or third round. I mean, you see, this kind of happened with the Denver Nuggets the year after they won their championship. The year after the Lakers won the championship, similar thing. It's a very hard thing to do, right? It's not a knock on those teams, but it's just a very, very hard thing to do to really maintain that energy and maintain that focus. But it seems like they're doing it. So I think the most important thing here is, Jayson Tatum put up 37 points last night. But not only did he put up 37 points, he also put up 10 assists, 4 rebounds, went 8 for 11 from the three-point line, and went 14 for 18 overall from the field in 30 minutes of action. That's impressive. And I'm rooting for Jayson Tatum. I just made a video about Jalen Brunson potentially having an MVP season. I mean, Jalen Brunson played well last night, 9 for 14 from the field, 22 points, but was minus 23 for his time on the court. Jalen Brunson can have an MVP season, but I personally think I'm going to put my foot down on this right now and make my prediction. I think Jayson Tatum is going to win the MVP this year, because I don't see another more just shining opportunity than what he has right now. And I think it's fueled by the media, one, and also just the scrutiny he's kind of been under from, getting benched for Team USA, and, just people kind of sloughing him off and scoffing at, what he's done, and kind of, giving almost more credit to Jaylen Brown in a sense, where, don't get me wrong, Jaylen Brown's also a great player. They don't win that championship without Jaylen Brown as well, but Jayson Tatum needs to be praised for how good of a player he is. He's 26 years old. He's not going to be 27 until March. So he's basically not going to be 27 until the playoffs begin. And he is not the most vocal person when it comes to addressing, I guess, the media or criticism or things like that, right? So I can tell just the way he came out last night and played the game, you can tell that he's got this sense of revenge on his mind and he's on this revenge tour. He's finished top 6 in MVP voting for the last 3 seasons. So he came in 6th last year, 4th the year before, and 6th the year before that. So he's been in contention for the MVP for a long time. I mean, even in the 2019-2020 season, he was 12th in MVP voting, and that was his 3rd year in the league. So I think this is going to be the year. If he's going to win an MVP award, it's got to start with this year. It has to. And I think he's really allowing that frustration that he had in the summer of people not really giving him the credit that he deserves and putting him into these Team USA games. I think he's going to use that to his advantage and really come away, with a great statistical season and show everybody that he's the best player on the best team in the league, right? And I think that's, the fact that this team is so good, the Celtics team is so good, I think is a big reason why he did not come away with the award last year. Because if you look at a guy like Luka Doncic or a guy like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, those guys are putting up huge numbers for their teams. And, like take Shai for an example, right? The Thunder went from being the 10 seed the year prior to being the 1 seed last year. So that is very impressive, and I can understand why, he's going to get more attention because of that jump, because a lot of this voting is about the story. I can see why Luka's getting it because Luka's just, he's leading the league in points basically, right? He scored 73 points in a game last season. Like, the guy is great. The guy is all time already, and he's, super young. So despite all of that, I think now our attention is on how do the Celtics defend their title? Are they going to repeat? And I think a big part of that is how Jayson Tatum is going to show how he really is as a player throughout the regular season. And if he continues to put up numbers like this, I don't think he's going to average 37 points a game. That's going to be pretty crazy. But if he averages 30 points per game and he's averaging a career high in assists, I think the highest number of assists that he's averaged in any year is like right around 5. Last year averaged 4.9 assists per game. So obviously right now he's got 1 game under his belt. So his average is, say, 37 and 10. But it's not going to stay that way. But if he can maintain an average of like 8 assists and 30 plus points, and the Celtics win 60 to 65 plus games, I would be shocked if he didn't win MVP. The only reason he would not win MVP in that case is because people want to just say that the Celtics are a much better team than Jayson Tatum is a great player, right? But great teams are made by great players, and you need more than one of them. You need more than one. But Jayson Tatum is clearly the leader of this team. Jaylen Brown is a great player as well, but I don't see him as the leader of this team. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is the year that Jayson Tatum wins MVP? Do you think this is the year where he finally gets that respect that, maybe he's yearning for, or at least, a lot of people in the media are suspecting that he's yearning for? Let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think someone else is going to win MVP? Is it going to be a year where we see, new MVP candidates in contention? What's the deal? Let me know. All right, I'll catch you guys with the next one. Enjoy opening week. I'll be talking to you very soon. Peace.